Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is season 3, episode number 12 of the P.W.P Sessions podcast. I am your host, Noelle Figueroa. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. My guest this evening is rapper B.More, and I'm excited to connect with him, and we're gonna dive right into this conversation. So now, for those of you that are not already familiar, the P.W.P Sessions, or the Poets with Purpose Sessions podcast, is a podcast that I created where I have interviews with new or established authors of poetry, as well as rappers, and I feature a performance of their work along with an audience Q&A session. I am your host, Noelle Figueroa. I am a poet, author, blogger, workshop facilitator, and event host, and I am the creator of the P.W.P Sessions podcast. And tonight's guest is rapper B.More, and this is his quote. I started making music around senior year of high school when I was 17. I looked up to people as inspiration such as Michael Jackson, Nas, DMX, Tupac, JC, etc. I started performing a couple of months after, and since then, that's all I've been doing, making music and exposing it to the world, hoping that everybody will listen and enjoy it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here is B.More. Peace, bro. How you doing? Welcome to the podcast. How you doing?
Thank you so much for having me. And that was an amazing intro. I've never encountered anything like that. So it made me feel special. Thank you so much.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you. So who is B.More? Like, how would you describe yourself or define yourself?
I would say Be More is a complex but very open-hearted artist. Like I could say that at times I go about things different and it just the action or the repercussion just comes out in an unexpected manner. So I would say Be More is the unexpected from far as people would describe me.
All right, excellent, excellent. Now, what got you into hip hop and motivated you to want to get into it? Like, what was your inspiration or motivation to start?
I believe well, music has always been in my household and it's always been played uh as far as I can remember. And I was doodling on my notebooks, just drawing and writing poetry. And I just saw a bunch of other kids in school get like very invested into the craft and the culture of hip hop. So I just took it little by little and um I guess it's always just like it's always been there with me almost like every day.
All right. Now, do you remember the first song or first track that you ever performed?
Um, I was 16 and the first performance I can officially say I did was a poem that I recited over Tupac. Um, it was the rose that grew from concrete, and that poem still has so much value and power to me to this day. And I want to say after that, I probably performed a very old and cringy song that I made, but I would say my music from back then has matured and evolved very, very like exponentially.
When you first started out, like what were the topics that you were covering?
I wasn't really going as far as deep like storytelling or even like telling my side of who I am and what I want to bring out. I was just messing around with music, just tapping into different concepts, and I was young, so I was more into like what the whole like world was into, what the trends were, and I wanted to see how I can incorporate those trends into my lifestyle and just make whatever came to mind at the time.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. And who would you consider to be your mentors? Like, did you have anybody like coaching you or like guiding you as to how to present yourself and how to write?
I did look up to a lot of authors as a child. So Shakespeare was one of them. Edgar Allan Poe was one of them. My mother, God bless her, she put me on to Agatha Christie. So I was very into graphic novels and a lot of like strong storytelling and literature off of these authors. And um, they've kind of been like my mentors little by little, even though they're no longer here with us, but their work still holds a lot of power to me.
Mm. Excellent, excellent. And what would you say your motivation was for getting started? Like, everybody, every MC has like their own personal reasons or missions for wanting to take the mic. Like, what would you say your reasons are?
From past tense or now?
Well, I mean, well, I would say like in general, like what would you say your reason is for getting into it?
Um, I just feel in some ways I have something to say or bring up, aside from like biased topics and context that previous MCs and rappers have brought up. And I just feel like it's oversaturated to keep stirring up this pot of violence and like discrimination with races and women of all like ages and colors. And I would just say for me, I wanna expose and give like true honesty into music, like into my work.
What would you say makes you different? Like what makes you stand out from all the others that might be out?
I'm not scared to dabble into different sounds. I'm not scared to rap over a different genre. I would say that compared to me and others, challenges don't seem as challenging. It's all just how you look at and view the task.
And who would you say like who would you consider to be your inspirations? Like who's grabbing your attention
Mm.
in terms of like rappers or MCs? Like who do you hold in high regard?
Michael Jackson. Like Michael Jackson, like as a as an artist, performer, humanitarian, just an overall good like soul, an artist. That's just what I strive and hope to bring along with my music and the messages that comes along with it. And I would say between Michael Jackson and Nas and possibly like Tupac, because their music has given out a lot of exposure and authenticity into their character and where they come from. As to myself, a young Latin boy from like a struggling background, I understand where they come from. And with Michael Jackson, I also understand about making perfect decisions and also being imperfect in the lifestyle and what the world has to give. So in general, it's just Michael Jackson and probably those two MCs.
Right. Now, have you gotten to a place where you made a full album, or are you just like putting out like independent tracks here and there? Like what's your method of putting your music out?
I would say personally, I don't release music to gravitate anybody's attention. I just release music when it's in my heart and I feel it. So if in a point in time, if I feel like dropping singles, I'll drop a single. But if I don't feel like putting out an album, then I won't put out an album. And in total, I've only put out three lengthy projects, which is one mixtape, one EP, and then one album. And I've dabbled into singles.
Mm. So do you have a goal of ultimately being signed to a label, or would you prefer the route of being an independent artist? Like what's your take on that?
Um, I wouldn't stir away from the opportunity of like signing to a record label, a major deal, but there's just so many like like on and offs about the industry, and I just don't want it to consume me. I don't want the industry to change me, and I just don't want to feel as controlled. I would like to be a more independent, a little bit more underground, but in a well-respected, authentic like plateau.
Right, right. Do you have plans, or like do you want to like start your own label, put out music on your own label, or is it just a matter of you just putting out music and not having it attached to any label, whether it's yours or someone else's?
I would like my music, or if anything, just to come across as like let's say you just wake up one day and the radio's on and my song is on, or let's say you on Instagram or TikTok and you'll just see my song being played. I just want my music to be as open to everybody. It doesn't have to be closed to anybody. My music is accepting like to all like people. And I think my end goal from here is just to give as much as myself without losing touch of who I am. Like aside from like, being a rapper, and I don't want a rapper as like in a negative tone in some ways. I feel I'm not really in that rapper category.
Right, right. And what do you talk about with your music? Like what subjects are important to you that you talk about through your music?
I like to bring in cohesive like storytelling about my life, whether I've traveled and dealt with pain, whether I've hurt a loved one, whether I've spoken about my love life, my my sex life, like whatever. I like to just give me like every chance that I get, and I can give any story as possible as long as I'm not revealing too much secrets, and I'm not giving too much of myself to people, because I would also like to keep things to myself, and I would like to have things for me.
Right,
Um,
absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. Um, like what is your take on the current state of hip hop as it is now? I know you kind of touched on it earlier, like there's a lot of negativity, a lot of things like, just being recycled that's not, conducive to any type of positivity or what have you. Like what's your take on or observations on how hip hop is now and what do you think it has the potential to be?
How I view the state of hip hop right now is almost like seeing every Call of Duty game drop.
Mhm.
It's the same formula, just different graphics, just a different like model, just a different map, and it's all the same thing. And I view hip hop is now more in this marketing like Powerball. Like people are just in it for the money. People are just in it for to make a quick buck. People are just in it for self, for greed. And uh I think the future of hip hop is all based on what the children are into, and because children are the future and they gravitate and absorb to everything every day. Because now in today's society, people are given a phone at like 6 or 7 years old, so they're open and free to the internet, and the internet has a lot to offer, good and bad. So I feel in the future it can go really high or it's going to go very down low. Like
Mhm.
that's just how I see it.
And in terms of representation, like, you may have heard the word representation thrown around in different circles in one way or another. In terms of you and your music, how important is it to you to make sure that you're representing yourself in your totality, whether you're talking about, your personal life experiences, your manhood, race, religion, if it applies to you, everything that makes you who you are, like when you write a rhyme and when you take the stage, how important is it to you to make sure that when you do these things that you're representing yourself in your totality?
It's a good question. Um, I feel at every moment when I'm writing or if I'm on stage, I want to make sure it's my last, and I don't compete with others as much as like it's in competition in a sportly manner to compete with other artists. I like to represent my work with a loving, learning, and laughing message at the end of the day, where we can laugh with each other, we can love each other, and we can learn from each other, whether it's from hate, whether it's from pain, and just to represent light and good intentions at the end of the day. And I feel um every chance I get, I want to make sure it stands out like my very last.
Excellent, excellent. Now, what would you say your creative process is like when you're trying to write new material? Like how do you go about creating?
How I go about creating is just by living every day, just going through the emotions, going through the feelings, the vibes, the attractions of people, just enduring and experiencing everyday, like, trials and tribulations. I feel if I'm not going through something bad, then I don't have nothing to really write about or have nothing special to bring up that has already been said. um I feel at this point I want to just um write as many as I can, because last year I made a goal to write 7 songs a day and to freestyle for 4 hours, and that has changed everything for me, because now I write whenever I want to, but I'm also learning to freestyle better in a way. Like I can freestyle to anything, to even a conversation. Like I can conversate rap, have it all intact. And if my mind snaps, then maybe I'll have to sit back. Like that's just how it works. And I don't know if my worth makes it nice or it's in the dirt. Like that just happens.
Mhm. Right, right. That's what's up. And what about the music itself, like the tracks? Do you create your own tracks or do you work with other people to make your tracks?
I'm no stranger to collaborating with people. I love to work with people because it shows the best out of them and myself. And we compromise and we work and we try to get the best out of each other, and also to see the worst out of each other and how we can evolve and how we can grow and how business can just keep, moving forward. And I've written a lot of my music. I've never had anybody write any songs for me. And I've definitely just performed a lot of my songs like by myself.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, can you share with our audience like a few of the things that you have accomplished up until this point? I know you said that you put out like a mixtape.
Yeah.
For example, can you share like like the things you have accomplished so far, like in addition to that?
From the addition of that, I've been blessed and fortunate to meet very, very important figures in the Jersey community and the hip hop community. They've been giving me a lot of great advice. I've also been shared with the presence of hip hop legends like Beanie Siegels and Memphis Bleak, and just to have them come around, like not in the physical, but just to call, just to be on the phone and being like, everybody's doing great in this community, everybody's doing wonderful, and we're gonna keep going for 50 years of hip hop. And aside from that, also just um I feel living is also an accomplishment. If I don't make it the next day, then this is it. Like, every day we're given a chance, you're given a choice, and that choice you can make a contribution or a consequence.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Now, if you could collaborate with a rapper or MC, living or deceased, who would it be and why?
J. Cole. J. Cole. Because he is the man that has changed my perspective for everything. He took me away from a lot of bad decisions. He saved my youth in a way. I want to say when I was very young and reckless, his music definitely helped me through a lot of painful and struggling times. And if I could just talk to him or ever be in the studio with him, that would just make everything like so much like awesome. It'd just be amazing.
Yeah, yeah, he's definitely a major player in the scene for sure. I've been inspired by his work, and I definitely have respect for his work as well. He's definitely up in the top 10 in my opinion, no question.
Absolutely. Shout out to J. Cole, Cole World.
Absolutely, absolutely. So right now we're going to shift gears because now it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for B.More to take the mic. Now
Yeah.
it's time. This time, you could perform like 2 tracks of your choice. Is to give our audience an idea of of who you are and to introduce them to your music and your writing style. So at this time, the floor is yours.
All right, perfect. I do have a portable speaker and I have some songs on my phone that I will grably set up and just play some songs for you guys.
That's what's up.
Yep. The first song is a song that's been out for a while. And fun fact about how I made the song, I'm not gonna flex or brag about this. Whatever you do, don't ever like do any wrong like decisions or whatever. But I was unfortunate to be locked up almost a year ago. because of a lot of bad things, and I've met a lot of bad people, and I made a song called Stupid Motherfucker. And this is how it goes.
Let's say that's the bad guy.
Yeah, with all due respect, I don't mean to offend you. Everyone's got a story, and I don't know what you've been through. As far as your choices, I know that you sin too. Don't act hopeless. Pray to your hands, the Lord, to forgive you. Now, many will forget the shit that you done or mistakes that you said, and you know where we come from. And a mile ain't that far to get to your ears. Tell you come near. I got some shit to say to your man's right here. He's a stupid motherfucker. Stupid motherfucker. I mean, well, she's a stupid motherfucker. Stupid motherfucker. I mean, oh, y'all some stupid motherfucker. Stupid motherfucker. Yeah. And I'm a stupid motherfucker. I'm a stupid motherfucker. It's okay. I just made it clear to get your hand out of your ass. Be humble, don't brag about the money you bag. Other people mad that you work hard, good, I'm glad. They're evil with their intentions, it's sad. They're stressful, fucking up cause they out of luck. The jail bus cuffed them up, or dead in the funeral truck, spent down and stuck. I seen it all, now what is what has become what is done. Everything before was dumb, like I can be the only one who could solve the issues. Instead of their feelings, packing pistols, letting off torches gets you. In other words, make every choice your last, so your life could just last in a bundle of bad. Be remembered as a dumbass. He's a stupid motherfucker. Stupid motherfucker. I mean, but she's a stupid motherfucker. Stupid motherfucker. I mean, oh, y'all some stupid motherfucker. Stupid motherfucker. Yeah. And I'm a stupid motherfucker. I'm a stupid motherfucker. It's okay. What? It's okay. What? But I'ma cleanse your soul. Don't let the decisions make you cold. My pop said, be wise and grow. So, yeah. You guys can find Stupid Motherfucker out on all platforms. Music videos out now. You guys could check that out. My last song that I will give out is called A Long Walk. I made this song while I was going through depression, anxiety, and writer's block all at once. And I just got out of like a 5-year toxic relationship. And it was just driving me nuts. And I had to take a long walk, and this is what came out of it. See if I can do this. Yeah. Pain in my head, I need a long walk, a place where we don't even talk, won't even talk. We broken souls, we fell apart, for real, we fell apart, yeah. So much pain in my head, I need a long walk, a place where we don't even talk, won't even talk. We broken souls, we fell apart, for real, we fell apart, yeah. Fell apart. Now who be in that mood that straight up bringing you down? Goes above the planet, separate your dreams from the clouds. If you believe in yourself, then you can get it right now. If you believe in yourself, then you can get it right now. Now who be in that mood that straight up bringing you down? Goes above the planet, separate your dreams from the ground. If you believe in yourself, then you can get it right now. Yeah, I do this myself, and I ain't competing with clowns, cause I know what the issue is, or what kind of a bitch you is, or whatever motion you give, I give. Taking losses as a win, I'm taking chances as a spin. I can tell you what I know, writing for the entire globe. Straight up, you are not alone. I've been in that zone, lost the words, and I can't blame the depression. The world's against my back, can't you see that I'm stressing? The devil wants my soul, and the Lord teach me lessons. Hell on earth, where do I go to? Ask all these questions, to hold within my anger, give a lack of aggression. And God, what you intended for me since the date of birth. Why the hell you put me on this damn earth? Why was I raised in love when all I do is hurt? This pain in my head? I need a long walk, a place where we don't even talk, won't even talk. We broken souls, we fell apart, For real, we fell apart, yeah. So much pain in my head, I need a long walk. Long walk, a place where we don't even talk, won't even talk. We broken souls, we fell apart, fell apart. For real, we fell apart, yeah. I'm motivated. The fact I say is really cause I'm drained from all of this pain. It's unbearable remembering your name. I'm ashamed and appalled. Acceptance of my flaws and perfections. I'm not perfect to have it all. But through my withdrawals of life intentions feel right and executions were wrong. To my surprise, every dog has a home and a pound. I'm alone with the sound of your voice. I'm haunted forever, hating your selfish choice. Cause man, was that noise? God, is you there? For some reason I stare at you with advice with times that I don't really care like I used to. Feeling blue, it's a clue. No way to confuse you, just know I heard too. As any man, not just any plan. So I began to talk to God and advance to stay with the dance with the devil. Cause what he can is what he will. Doing what you gotta do is real. Except when I feel in my heart could get me killed. For real. Except when I feel in my heart could get me killed. So I say, let the blood spill, tears off the fill. So much pain in my head, I need a long walk, a place where we don't even talk, won't even talk. We broke it souls, we fell apart, for real, we fell apart, yeah. So much pain in my head, I need a long walk, a place where we don't even talk, won't even talk. We broke it souls, we fell apart, for real, we fell apart. Thank you.
Okay. Serving bars, serving lyrics, ladies and gentlemen, that was B.More on the mic. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. Yes, y'all. That was hot right there, bro. Thank you. That was hot. No question. Excellent.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Now we're gonna shift gears again. It's gonna take a few minutes to do our Q&A before we close out for the night. Just gonna ask a couple more questions. Now, what do you hope to accomplish with your work? You know, everybody has their own, goals, for why they want to take the stage, or why they write and why they perform. Like, what do you hope to accomplish with your work, with your performances, with your writing when all is said and done?
To become an inspiration to somebody I don't know and I haven't met them.
That's what's up. Now, is there like a dream venue or like a dream event that you would like to perform at one day, or like something that you aspire to, like an event or a stage that you would aspire to be at some point?
I would love to perform at SOB's, House of Blues, the Apollo Theater. I want to say the Fulton Theater. Maybe the Sinatra Center Drive Plaza Theater that's in Hoboken. Yeah, just those. Those are dream shows for me.
Yeah, that's what's up. Now, earlier you mentioned that you experiment with sounds. Can you dive into that a little bit? Like when you're creating your tracks, like what styles of music, or like what styles of sounds like catch your attention to want to use for your tracks? Like, how do you go about it?
I look at music sometimes as a Rubik's Cube. I can't always just twist something the way it is and it's not matching the colors. So when I hear sounds like vibrations and frequencies, some can be very high, mid, and low, and it may project my feelings or emotions to match the sound of the song. So like, for example, with a long walk, when I'm hearing that woman just go, like I'm hearing her cry, and that just makes me cry. And like with the last other song, when I hear Tony Montana, Al Pacino saying, you need people like me to point your fucking fingers and being like, that's the guy who's the bad guy. And the bad guy is all of us, including myself, because I'm the one that made this song. So it all depends. Like I like to dabble in to good music, bad music, and some people's opinions as bad music, but I look at bad music as just it's complicated. You can't really call it bad music because music is subjective.
True that, true that. Now, what's up next for you? Like, do you have any projects or events coming up that you would like to share with our audience?
At the moment, I am just in the studio working on as many songs as possible. I worked very hard for 2 years to finally release my album, Sakura. For those that want to check it out, it is exclusively on Spotify and YouTube. Apple Music has been giving me a hard time to distribute the full-length album, but I'm gonna try again this year for everybody to enjoy it. Those that are Apple providers and carriers. Yeah, aside from that, it's just more music, more shows along the way. If you want to come see me, don't be a stranger. I don't bite.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, have you considered doing books of poetry, or or do you prefer just sticking to music, making tracks or albums?
Um, it's funny. I've actually slowly been getting into poetry again, just because I've been so fortunate to meet some very talented, awesome poets, and they're just incredible, and they inspire me as much as my friends and colleagues or anybody that I'm like in the same par with in music. And slowly but surely, if I do ever feel like putting out a single, it's definitely not just going to be me rapping. Maybe I'll just have something in the background. I'm just going to talk, do some haiku. Who knows? Like,
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Can we expect another full length full length project from you in the immediate future, or are you just planning to release like another single or two in the near future?
I can't really disclose that because I like my music sometimes to be magical. I can't, you can't kind of explain the magic or the joke because then it's not as powerful or important. But I will
Mhm.
say that I do have a series that I want to create and continue making as lengthy projects. So to those that want to listen to VHS is the first of many of those. And VHS is is a collective of songs that I put out back in 2020 that had new sounds, new frequencies and vibration. And
Mhm.
I look up to a lot of old school music and a lot of artists from back in the day. And I used to have a VHS machine, and I
Mhm.
would watch like Disney and Spider-Man and a bunch of other things on VHS. And it's always kept very dear in my heart. And I want to keep giving old school music with new flavor, like fusion in a way.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. And before we close out, can you share where you can be found on social media?
Yes, you guys can find me on Instagram at B.More24. That's B.More24. The reason why there's 24 at the end is because I was born August 24th, and this year I'll be 24 years old. And yeah, it's my favorite number, and it's very simple to find. On Twitter, you can find me at Young Dean 24 because my name is Dean. For those that want to get comfortable and get to know me, you guys are more than welcome to call me Dean. And you guys can find me on YouTube at B.More, just B.More. If you do have trouble finding me, there's a trick to transfer the original letter O into a cancellation O, so there's no copyright or no complications. I'll definitely make a video on Instagram or something so that way people can find me easily. And
Excellent.
definitely check out my website, my Together We Love website. Make sure to check out my blogs, my articles, my videos that are out there. I do have to update them, but they will be updated by the end of this year once I have more content to push out.
Excellent, excellent. That's what's up. That's what's up. So now, before we close out this episode, there's one more thing that I like to do, and that's to say thank you. First off, thank you to my guest B.More. A great conversation, man. Definitely great lyrics, great tracks, man. Thoroughly enjoyed your work, and I wish you all the best with your future projects and your future endeavors. You know, keep up the great work. Awesome work for sure, no question.
So much. God bless you. I
Mm.
appreciate the opportunity. I bless anybody before and after me from this podcast. Shouts out to Poets with Purpose. Please check them out. Give Noel his flowers. He's a great man, great journalist, one of the many for the culture. Thank you so much.
Excellent, man. Much appreciated. Stay tuned for the next episode, which is tomorrow night at 8 p.m., episode number 13, featuring poet Hans Noir. And for more information about Poets with Purpose and the P.W.P Sessions podcast, you can call me at 646-372-6230 or email me at poetswithpurpose@gmail.com. All of my logos and flyers were designed by the awesome team at Eclipse Graphics. You can find them on Instagram at @Eclipse Graphics NY to see samples of their work and connect with them if you have any projects that you like to have their assistance with. Lastly, for those of you that would like to make a donation, you could do so through PayPal, Tap Media Man, $ Anointed Pen through Cash App, and through Zelly, utilizing my phone number. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a wrap for season 3, episode 12. This episode will be uploaded to the Poets with Purpose YouTube channel within the next hour or so. So be on the lookout for the link. Once it's there, you'll be able to, copy it and share it on your social media channels. Thank you to my guest, B.More. Thank you to my audience. Thank you all so much for your support. Have a good night and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you.